Hey guys, so I'm kind of focused on this concept. I have been for a while, and this is because a subscriber of mine left a comment on a video of mine saying that she was at an Ohio State practice audition weekend, and someone there told the group that for OSU it's best that you pick an earlier weekend, like one of the first or second weekends that they offer auditions, because professors tend to have chosen who they're going to give merit scholarships to by the third or fourth weekends, and so you're less likely to get money. And this isn't necessarily wrong, but it's also really problematic, and I want to kind of explain why and try to give you guys a little bit more confidence that you're not messing something up because you've heard information like this. So, OSU as a school has rolling admissions. They have it for the academic programs, and they also have it for the music programs. However, with music school, it's still audition based. But instead of deciding at the end of the audition process, they usually consider applicants based on that weekend alone. So it's less of who's the best out of the whole pool. It's like who meets our standards, who is playing to a point that we want to work with. So that can mean really nice. It means that you aren't necessarily competing with everyone else, you're competing with yourself to play at a level that they want to work with. And it also means that you can get an acceptance earlier, and you can have money and money offer earlier. You can have an acceptance in your back pocket so you can kind of feel more comfortable about the process. So it's great. But that thought can also freak you out if you have to take a later weekend because of logistics. And I think that this recruiter, whoever it was, made a mistake in saying it the way she did, because all of you guys are probably taking more than one audition, as you should. You have to cast a wide net, and that's not because you're not good, it's just because of the way music school works. So you're going to be taking 2 to 6 auditions, which 6 auditions is crazy. I've done it. It sucks. But they all have basically the same audition weekends. So you kind of have to schedule it in. And I've talked about this before about like picking the dates based on which ones you can't change, like the ones that only have one weekend. And then you can consider, okay, this school has rolling admissions. Do I want to take it earlier? So I maybe have that option for money or anything like that, or an earlier acceptance so I can feel more confident going to my other auditions, or can I just not swing that? Do I need to put another audition there? And the other thing that kind of frustrates me about that comment is that it's not necessarily true. Yes, they might have a limited amount of money, but the reality is most people are going to consider that they have more people to hear. They're not just going to give away all of their money in the first 2 weekends just because, oh, these people came earlier. They sounded good. If you are good enough, and if they really want you, they will find the money. They will fight for you. They will have hopefully reserved some of their scholarship offers for the later weekends because they exist. If they didn't want you to come to those weekends, they wouldn't schedule them. And logistically, some of you are going to have to take those weekends. They also don't have the ability to listen to all of those auditions in the first 2 weekends, because a big school like OSU or Indiana or any of the big state schools that have good music programs have a lot of applicants. They can't handle the number of people that they're accepting for auditions in 2 weekends. They need those third and fourth ones. So why are they allowing the third or fourth weekends to be at a disadvantage? It's not true. Yes, the way their system works, it is advantageous technically on paper to go earlier. But they're not going to screw you over just because you had to come the third or fourth weekend. That's the reality of it. And so that's just my like little thing about that information. I don't want any of you guys to be worried about your auditions because of when they are. That's extra pressure that you don't need to put on yourself, and you shouldn't have to put on yourself. And the pressure of thinking about, oh my god, I might not get a scholarship because I took the later weekend is awful. And I wish that that wasn't something you had to think about. So hopefully this very passionate rant about audition weekends can give you guys a little bit more comfort, and I'll dispel some of the anxiety you might have about picking a later weekend at a school with rolling admissions, and also just at a school in general. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for the 365, and I hope you guys have a great Saturday.